Okay, I will just be here. I actually have Ace Attorney all set up. I just want to chat a little bit because it feels like it's been a while since I've actually like streamed, even though it's only been a couple days. Hello, everybody. Whoa! Xander, thank you for resubscribing. Wow, 2 months. Can you believe it? Thank you for the love letter. You turned right on that, didn't you? Oh my gosh. I don't think I've spoken in such a long time. Hello, Kremlin. Welcome, welcome. I actually have Ace Attorney set up. I'm just delaying the process because I want to chat a little bit first because I don't think I've streamed for a while. I don't think I've streamed since usually I don't stream Friday or the weekends just because I'm quite busy. That might change though with the holidays and whatnot coming. I may have a little more flexibility. I may have a little bit more that I can do. Especially, I have a tendency to. Wow! Thank you for the gifted sub. Oh, I just realized I don't have an animation for that. Uh, okay, now you can use my smug. You can use my smug emote. My smug emote's my favorite, and it's a shame that like, you guys. Wait, is smug is part of tier 1, right? I'm pretty sure it is. You should use it. You should use smug. That was my favorite one. Uh, Shiara and Brady just. What can I say? Clothing is my weakness. I mean, look at me. Clearly, I'm somebody that absolutely takes tremendous care in their appearance. I will use this power with great responsibility. Yeah, just to smug on everybody. That being said, I don't think I haven't qualified yet for the beta follower emotes or the animated emote slots, but I'm sure they'll be coming soon. And then I have to find somebody, or I could try drawing my own. I could. I'm just kind of lazy. Emotes are actually really hard to draw. They're very, very hard to draw. Because they're so small. And when I've drawn things in the past, I like to add lots of detail. Excuse me. I was laying down before stream actually, before I started testing everything. Because I got a new microphone in, guys. I can't use it just yet. Just not quite yet because there are a few things I need to just like sound wise. I learned that I don't like how I sound when the microphone is on the table. Sound so different. I know it's like an angle thing and everything, but I was so unnerved. I kept recording like my voice with my like microphone now and then the new one, and I was like, what the fuck? Why am I so different? But it's gonna change. An arm is coming, and it's the angle and like how it's all set up and stuff. And then it'll make sense. It'll sound better. I also don't want to unnerve you guys because I promise I sound the same. I'm not using a sound modifier or anything. Is this the new one already? Yeah, I mean already. It's been a little while, but yes, it is the Saren Razor Mini. It's little baby boy. Um I'm really excited to try it out. The sound quality is lovely. It's so good. I was testing it out this afternoon, trying to mess around with like filters and all sorts of like things in OBS because I've been an OBS user for probably the entire time I've been streaming. Streamlabs was very very tempting because it looks nicer and it looks a little easier to use. But my streaming origins forced me to learn OBS, and I'm very stubborn, and I don't want to have to learn anything new. So, if it's not broken, I won't fix it. And that includes OBS, even if it is kind of a pain to use. I will say OBS is very, very customizable. Was it custom doodle? Oh, well, I mean, I haven't done much of it. In fact, I don't think nearly anybody here um was he probably here at the time except maybe Yashi, but I draw, I do art in mostly my spare time, and if you redeem that, then I will probably either switch out, or the next stream will be an art stream and I will draw something for you. Complete with my name, and that's why it's so expensive, because it could be potentially a whole stream decider. And I think each time it's redeemed, I may increase it just a little bit, because I do know there are people that sit and accumulate points and whatnot, and I don't want to have to do like 7 or 8 back-to-back doodle streams. I refuse to add more to your workload. I guess that's one way to put it, but honestly, um, I feel like that's one thing I would like to do for like as an event as well, is just have like a request doodle type of stream. I feel like that would be quite fun. I would like it. There. Do. Final head pat. I gotta say for rat too. Okay, thank you for the read. Can you copy something, but in a um can you copy something but in a different style post? I mean, I could, I guess, but typically I would like to have creative freedom if I could. Oh, just something. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Listen, Road, if it's just a little rat, if you just wanted me to draw a small rat, I would probably do that like anyway. You deserve it. You deserve a small rat doodle. Okay, here's a head pat. Put that to my head. Baby, just a little guy. Just a little guy, as long as he doesn't bite me. As long as the rat promises to not give me the plague, I will draw a little rat. Honestly, I feel like if I were to draw a rat, um, it would probably end up looking like the fucking rats from Ratatouille. I think I would rather scream than try looking at if they're so ugly. You know, that's like the one thing I know. But okay, I'm gonna rant at NFTs real quick, and then we'll actually jump into lawyer game. The plague is awesome. I don't know about that. I took an exam. So for those like of you guys that don't know, I was actually literally taking microbiology these past few months, and we just finished our unit on disease. Like we have units that are divided on like the body systems that are affected by different kinds of disease. The plague was in the general one because it just affects everything. And I let me tell you, dude, those pictures, there were pictures. There were pictures. There were pictures of like plague victims, and like there was so many different kinds of disease that we had to look at it. Yeah, actually, fun fact: squirrels can carry the plague as well. Like a lot of people talk about wow, what else is there? I think the bubonic plague is actually carried by infected fleas, and those fleas are on rats. So that's why when you think of like the Black Plague, you may actually think of rats, but it's not actually the rats themselves that carried it. It's the fleas. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that neat? I think it's kind of neat. It was also a question on my exam, so I had to make sure I remembered that. Blame the flea. I'm no rat champion, but facts are facts, okay? Yeah, basically anything that has fleas, anything that has the infected fleas can be held responsible for being a plague carrier. Yeah, technically, if a capybara were to have an infected flea, they could give you the plague. Most rodent-like creatures, unfortunately, they carry fleas very, very well. And you know what else carries fleas very, very well? Cats. Cats, unfortunately. So make sure any cat girl VTubers you're watching, make sure they are fully treated for fleas. Otherwise, they could give you the plague. Imagine getting the fucking bubonic plague from a cat girl. I don't count. My ears aren't real. Not today, at least. Not today. Ears aren't real today. Okay. I thought to but parasites with plagues. Isn't it's amazing. Like, oh man, I'm actually like really worried now that I like read now that I've read everything about that particular exam. That or those like that whole chart. It was a chart. It was a chart of 30 something like diseases. Shit, it was so many diseases. I I was so scared. I'm like reading all of this. I'm like, damn, half of this stuff you can just get so easily, and that is why I never go outside. I don't want to go outside. What happens if I get fucking rubella? Am I scaring you guys yet? Actually, I don't think I am. I think if I were to actually bring up my chart, that would actually be terrifying. Not necessarily because diseases themselves are terrifying, but because of the sheer amount of shit that I had to write down and study. That's the real horror story. There was so much we had to learn in like such a short period of time. Luckily, luckily, my final exam is tomorrow. I'm taking my last exam tomorrow, and then my final report is due tomorrow, and then I will be done with that godforsaken class. And then afterwards, I have one more exam on Friday morning. That's the plan, Friday morning. And then I'm free. I'm free for like a whole month, and I'll be able to do more. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. I'm so tired of school. Like it's something, it's a coincidence, not a result of me going outside. I mean, actually, though, my immunity is shit. 99% of the time, if I've got something, it's because somebody either entered my house and I got it from them, or I went outside and I contracted it from somebody. That is most of the time what happens. It's not like at first I used to chalk it up to coincidence, but now I know that's just how it is. And that's just a disadvantage of somebody that is I don't want to call myself immunocompromised, but I really fucking feel like it sometimes. Vampire bodies can't take these germs. Yeah, that's I mean it is definitely like, wear your masks. Be vaccinated. Sorry if I'm shilling that. This is my final message before we start lawyer streaming. you know, d- don't commit tax fraud. Wear your mask. Get your boosters. Follow the news, but don't be paranoid. Everything will be okay. All right. Drink only pasteurized blood. All right, one moment. Let me move over. Tax fraud is tax fraud is an obligation, not a crime. Come on, be nice. Just A little, only a little bit. Only a little bit of tax fraud is okay. Only a little bit. Only if you know how to do it properly too. Yeah, she fucking crime crab right now. Let me. I have now made a marvelous discovery that I am. I'm gonna move myself right here. Excellent. Cool. All right. Hopefully all is set up correctly. Okay, this might be a bit loud. Is it? Fuck, why is it so loud all the time? I thought oh, I guess it's working now? I fucking, fuck that guy. Hello, is he talking? Thank you for resubscribing. Man. Bro, he would be a fucking tax lawyer. No wonder. I hate that man. Fuck that guy. Like, I legitimately cannot begin to describe my hatred. Ouchie is a tax lawyer. And like I said, his wife probably only married him because he probably doesn't even have a wife. Okay, he probably has like he's probably like got a, I don't know. He probably coerced some woman into marrying him for the money. Fake wife, damn right. The donor. Yeah, he's the epitome of like he's like the epitome of like that guy that he married a cardboard cutout. The game hasn't even started, damn right, but he deserves all this slander. Deserves it. He deserves all of it. Fuck this guy. Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, okay? I'm wearing this maid dress for Van Zieks. You gotta be careful. Yes, everybody, congratulate Yashi on reaching affiliate. Wow! You've been working very hard, my lad. I'm so glad you did it. I'm gonna subscribe after this. Fuck, I forgot to subscribe. I'm gonna go do that. I want the founder's badge. Alright. I forgot where we were. Oh, well, it was clearly important. Okay, I can't believe we've come back round to that pair again. But I have a hunch. A strong hunch. That if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element to the case. Okay, that music is still playing, and I was like, damn, is there something going on in the background? By the way, did y'all remember Hosanaka is literally 29? How the fuck do you get... Like, it must be so easy to, like, get to such a position. I guess it's like 1900s. People are only gonna live till, like, they're 40 anyway. How do you feel about the fact that I'm a founder? I'm glad you're a founder, actually. I'm glad all my founders are here, usually. I love seeing the badge pop up for the first time. Usually they've stuck around with me that long. Hate saving the game in the middle of something important. Yeah, I know. I think last time I was quite tired, so I was like, okay. We're gonna call it here, folks. But the thing is with Ace Attorney, I'm really glad that they changed it with this game. But typically, when... in like Ace Attorney games, saves can be very few and far between, so it can be like a real pain. And like, you don't want to just quit in the middle of like a questioning, or like an inquiry or anything. So I think I must have made the executive decision that was the best place to stop. Wish I had found you sooner. I mean, it's okay. You found me now. That's all that matters, right? I'm not very good at advertising myself, I will admit. I was actually really good at it in the very beginning. I was on that top of that TikTok game and everything, but I haven't actually made a TikTok in like a month and a half. Whoops. I'm going to work on a cruise. You know, Cruz, you call yourself a stormtrooper, which means inherently that you wear a mask. I bet you wear that mask because you're actually secretly married to Ouchie. You are, in fact, Ouchie's wife. I can't believe this. I can't believe Ouchie's fucking wife has been in my chat this entire time. You've been letting me slander your husband for so long, and you haven't said a word in his defense. I wish we could change people's names in chat. Like how you can change nicknames and things on Discord. The latest person to redeem it would be Ouchie's wife. That just sounds like a normal relationship. Ouchie's not capable of having a normal relationship. He can't. Look at him. Do you honestly think that man is capable of having basic human, like a basic human relationship? No, of course he's not. Also, what? No. My overlay. Okay, there we go. It has moved. I was expecting something. This is beyond. I'm glad that you were insulted in such a way. Or I'm glad I'm glad you were insulted in such a way. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel good about my ability to insult people. It wasn't because of advertisement, because of a raid. Oh, that's right, you did actually come because of a raid. I do know a lot of people here did actually find me through TikTok or Reddit, actually. Because I did post on Reddit as well when I first started my VTubing activities. For 3 months, guys. 3 months. Give it up for 3 months. Holy shit, can you believe that? I started in September? Holy shit. Yeah, there's a virtual YouTuber subreddit, and I was like, hello, hi. I used to be a Reddit user once upon a time, but I don't really use it anymore. I mostly just go for VTuber things. It definitely does help me, like, there's also VShojo. Excuse me. VShojo puts their official statements and stuff up there, and I learn a lot about, like, Nijisanji and Hololive and things from Reddit, so it's actually a pretty good resource for, like, official stuff. But I've only met a few indies and things through actually, like, using Reddit and things. Use it once in a while, like, for memes. That's right, Reddit does have some decent memes. This is true. This is a very, very true statement. Oh. But yeah, I can't believe that Cruz has refused to defend his husband on this day. Not a peep out of him. He must also really hate his husband too. Let's see. Let's resume the game. What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for baby idol? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Damn. That child doesn't look like he needs any more food, but I don't know how old he is, so sometimes babies are just... this guy just straight up has a fucking tanto in the middle of court. Why? Why does he just have a tanto in the middle of court? Fuck that guy. Exploited by the police we were, like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness. And no one is addressing the fact that fucking Hosonaga literally asked him to commit perjury by not talking about Giselle Brett. I can't believe that. I really cannot believe that. When cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice. I thought he said a ruined man of rice. A worthless, withered antique. Nothing more I have to say. The sun has set on this rustic shop owner's existence. He's part American. Be that as it may, Korekuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves, have you ever seen the... what? Yes, that's it. The one, the very one, the exact one that is. The resplendent, splendiferous, hoy treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. Bro, he speaks so much. Ugh, fuck. Ugh, it's been almost half an hour since stream started, and my first time seeing him, and I still have the same visceral reaction. Can't be. As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool. Put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Oh, I'm not sure where it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. Bro, can you imagine? It's been for 3 days. It's been stuck between a festering beefsteak and the plate. And I bet you that thing wasn't probably refrigerated or anything. Disgusting. Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident. Which means someone must have hidden it there on purpose. Someone concealed my Hoey treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Could you imagine? Like, I don't know if you could ever live that down. Could you imagine trying to sell like a piece of gold that like will always perpetually carry the smell of meat? Ack, disgusting. Everyone's at a loss for words. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosnaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. Ah, yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation. Yeah, just say it louder, don't you, Ouchie? The secret undercover operation in which you were secretly investigating a potential crime scene and its activities. The secret that no diner should have ever have been aware of. God damn, Ouchie, you daft, thick-headed fuck. La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidences have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. Ah, yes, poor rich people and their thefts. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? I feel like we established this before. Haven't we talked about this before? Yes. I took on the job of waiter at the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. God, Kazuma's so attractive when he does his little smirk. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korekuta-san's koban is all too clear. What? What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korekuta-san's koban and hid it under the steak? This is so difficult. We only have but a few options. One moment. Let me move something real quick. That way, I can better see everything. Okay. Obviously, it was Kazuma, right, guys? God, Kazuma, I can't believe it. My poor friend. No, like, let's use our heads here, guys. So, it's fairly obvious that, the only other person in the restaurant... Okay, so it cannot be Kazuma. In all seriousness, it cannot be Kazuma. Because he left. And on top of that, he was nowhere near, Korekuta-san's thing. Mikotaba was nowhere even at the restaurant. It was Ouchi. It had to be. Goddamn. Scoundrel. Fucking bastard. Swear to God. Can't believe you would steal this old man's coin. I swear to God. I'm tempted to see if maybe perhaps if I selected him, what would if he would have like a reaction in court, but I don't think so. Also, I don't want to waste one of my opportunities just for that. Like, if I knew for sure that he was going to react, I would actually spend one of my my chances up there. But in fact, I don't remember how many like trials and things I have left, so I don't want to run the risk or anything. It's the dead man is not responsible for that. I guarantee you that. Hoznaga is the one that literally took it. He's the one that presented it. Korekuta could not have stolen his own coin. Giselle had no fucking idea. And Susato is... Yeah, she could not have taken that. She had no idea. So there's only one solution to this predicament. One thing for this puzzle it's Iesa. It's Iesa Nusa.
Take that!
Take that! Obviously. Oh, yeah, we got it right. You know why? Because the music's gonna change. Yup. Sergeant Iesa Nosa. Huh? How? Wait, his mustache isn't crinkly anymore. It's not like Waluigi mustache. How dare you, you monster! Monster? I stole that koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me, it was Aido! Aido is the mastermind behind all this. Bro, this fucking baby. Yeah, me too, buddy. Not you. The judge. The judge has a constant look of like pathetic, like he's staring down at you. I don't know if I can do it with my model, but it's like that, kind of, sort of. Guy just lost all my respect as an eldest sibling. Right, I feel that. You gotta take the brunt. You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son, an innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. You... Oh, owie! Ouch. That looks painful. I love these breakdown scenes. They're so funny. It's a baby. Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Iesa Nosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. What the baby doing? Clearly committing crimes. The breakdowns are very scary. Some of them can be downright terrifying. Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I'd go in there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. Hi, Julian. Is the baby the sussy Baka murderer? No, the baby was just accused of being a mastermind criminal, though. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork, even, which is worryingly believable. And your target that day was the old man and his koban? Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin in my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. Persona? Is that a Persona reference in my Ace Attorney game? Persona, the only ever media to ever have a gentleman and or phantom thief be present, completely forgoing the fact that this is actually around the same time that the that the works of Arsène Lupin were also created, therefore, like, which is the technical origin of the Phantom Thief. The game that invented jazz. I will say, Persona 5 introduced me to acid jazz, and I like that. Acid jazz is pretty neat. I'm a fan of that. But no, actually, it's like, I think this is around the same time, if not maybe slightly after. Like, a little bit after the works of Sherlock Holmes were first published. The works of Arsène Lupin were also published. And if you haven't read Arsène Lupin, what are you doing? Go read Arsène Lupin right now. I guess there's an anime that's like kind of based off of it too. I know there's one of a similar name, but I highly, highly, highly recommend reading the books. If you can read, that is. If you can't read, my sincerest apologies. I hope you learn to read soon. Just for that, then you can forget. You can forget in its entirety. Alright. I was set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it all happened. Bang! Is there an audible version? Honestly, I'm sure there is. I'm pretty sure there is. Let me move that there. I'm just gonna move these panels over here. Excellent. And now I can see chat and play my game at the same time. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I though too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could, on the double. I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. I mean, it's pretty believable. This is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time? I agree with you, Brett. Well, Miss Brett. How rude of us. Just shut the fuck up. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. Yes, prosecutor. Just let her go. Leave. Let the criminal be gone. The only reason he can bang his head against the table that hard is because he actually has no brain inside of him. May the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency. Indeed. The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well... As for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife or fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everybody. And good day. Oh? He has such a dopey expression there. I love it. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming. Oh no, it's just... Something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Hold it! Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now? I'm afraid just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. Bro, I would be so fucking tired if I was Brett. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection!
What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Honestly, I feel for Brett. I feel for her so hard. I would be so fucking tired of this nonsense. As for picking up your steak and biting into it without a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. Am I free on Friday for a steak dinner? I don't eat steak. I don't even think I'm free on Friday. I'm gonna need to see some evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words truly are contradictory, where is the evidence to prove it? Alright, let's see. Well, she just said that, like, to eat a steak without... Alright, I'm gonna drink some water. Thank you, Yashi. To eat a steak without... Oh, and head pats. More head pats. Oh, whoops. Another one. This steak has bites taken out of it. This couldn't possibly have been her steak. That steak has primal animalistic. This can't be her steak, basically. So she can't be gone. Like, she can't leave. When we're on a shrimp vamp VTuber relationship. So you pay me literal blood money. You pay me what's it called? Protection. Yeah. Alright, I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. I'm 90-ish% sure. I don't want the coin! Okay. I think they're gonna ask me to specify when I present the steak. So... Take that! The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Now you're just splitting hairs. Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as being very unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth did you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Notice what exactly, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and a fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. Bastard. Then take a good look at this steak, in particular, the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there. If someone was just going to town and chomping on it. It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all.
Objection!
I know, the sheer amount of times that she has backed herself into a corner is truly fascinating. But what's your actual point? Ouchie, are you how daft are you? Yeah, thank God. Oh, that's a new action. Whatever you say, dear. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Of course, this will all be over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place. Yeah, me too. I've heard enough! You irritating little spectacles samurai relic! Listen, she may be probably the one that's criminal, but I fucking love her style. I also love the word. I love that pose, and I love like her insult. Her insult game, top tier. Of course. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Ruffled her feathers. Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications those teeth marks have in the stake for her. Ryanosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Not at all. Miss Brett is so good. I love her. She's my favorite in this whole thing. Besides, obviously, Kazuma, because Kazuma's great. Yes, now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to disappear. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. This music is so sick. I accept that these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, actually, for real, this dialogue is so goddamn long. All for us to just say, oh, this is the wrong steak. Basically. One moment. Me. Okay. Everything. Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Yes, it's bitten. It was eaten with teeth. And she just said that she wouldn't. Y'all have said the same thing 5 times. Is this how court proceedings actually are? Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? God damn, she's on the money with it. You wouldn't know the names and the meaning of, you wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Typical Japanese empty threats. Okay, I don't endorse her racism, but how can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it into the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought to before the court yet. Has it been? What? That's kind of sus. Why wouldn't you just bring out the evidence in the beginning? Just because it hasn't been shown yet doesn't mean the evidence doesn't exist.
Objection!
Those like fucking updated autopsy reports. Goddamn. This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? I will concede. That's like, that's fucking sus.
Objection!
Objection. I don't, but there is someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. God, this reads out like a fucking Scooby-Doo mystery, I swear to God. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case. He did the thing. He did the pointy thing. Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. He did the pointing. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that it's fucking Kazuma? It always comes down to Kazuma. There's only one step, and it's Kazuma Asogi. No, it's Hosonaga. He's the only guy that has he's the only guy who has had anything with us here.
Take that!
Take that! The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? Yeah, that's ridiculous. My favorite cough soundbite. No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak. As well as admitting to stealing Korekuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. You watch it, Cadet. I'm a superior officer. Yeah, one that's committed a fucking crime. You're being held in contempt. You have no rank over me, you fucking buffoon. Sergeant Nosa, would you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak? Tension! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady... A foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meat to hide something in it. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal. Damn you, Kazuma. I know by framing me you'll have a reason to stay in Japan. I know. Listen, I'm sure there's plenty of BL out there about these two. If there's anything to be said about the sheer amount of BL out there about Miles and Phoenix, wouldn't doubt that there's plenty also with Kazuma and Naruhodo. That makes no sense. It makes perfect fucking sense. Or you. I'm sorry. What did Brett call him? The like ancient samurai relic of the past. Something like that. That makes perfect sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table. Objection. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor does she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Every Phoenix Wright game is a gateway drug to Yahweh. Listen, if you had a rivalry with someone for like, what, 8 years? 9 years? 10 plus years or something? Is it really a rivalry at that point? Are y'all just like not addressing the elephant in the room? The elephant in the room being the clear gay undertones that your relationship carries. Not gonna suggest. The sergeant switched the two steaks over. Well, everyone's silent. You did switch the plates? Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. You're right. Ace Attorney is definitely a very, very strong gateway to boys' love. How did no one see any of this? I don't know. I guess everyone was... I mean, to be fair, if I, on the off chance ever went out and I saw someone get shot or heard someone get shot, I don't know if I would be fully paying attention to everything around me. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be... Investigate his slab of meat. The localization for this is astounding, truly. That'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. I love that pushing down the baby makes an audible noise. Like, the baby must be that strong. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table. What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic I gotta use that later at some point in my life if I make an impulsive decision. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. Unbelievable! However, fear not. What now? I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform. That's all I did, sir. All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
Yeah, he's right. So, if Sergeant knows to switch the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Why is he bleeding? Has he been bleeding this entire time? Like, since he coughed the first time? Is he still bleeding from that? Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. I did not notice him bleeding. See, the power of observation. That to preserve evidence you had taken both. Ah! Oh, she's not happy about that. That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot. What the Brett do when she's biting her mask, and then I love that it extends in this pose. This is such a power pose, honestly. She could angrily point her finger like this at me anytime. What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat? It can't have the slightest bearing on this case.
Objection!
No, you're not wriggling your way out of this one, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no? You're the ones who decided it would be a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. He thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure about what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the chest. Side note, we've been at this for quite some time, and only now we've just finally returned to what was originally, like, we got sidetracked so bad in this case. It's been like 40 minutes since the bloodstain was last, like, mentioned at all. There was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. I also believe anything Cosmo says. The man can do no wrong. Look at him. He's got a headband that waves in the wind without any wind. That is a sign of a remarkable man. Very trustworthy. And now we have evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. I'm surprised no one said anything about how it's rude to, like, bring that up, bring up the food, like, for a lady. Something about that. Something really archaic like that. Maybe that's just me. I would get really anxious if someone constantly kept talking about something I ate before. Be like, ugh, quit mentioning it. Makes me self-conscious. Let's not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Manners simultaneously exist in abundance and have absolutely no bearing whatsoever in this court of law. Show me your breakfast last Tuesday. Imagine eating breakfast Man, imagine eating human food. Sorry for keeping you. A real judge would have said, shut up, Naruhodo, go to jail. Honestly, a real ace attorney judge wouldn't have been listening out to them this long. Here is the other steak in its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. Wow, gee golly. It's not like I guess we gotta pack it up, boys. Naruhodo really is guilty. I don't see a single red blood stain. It's clearly visible.
Yes!
What do you mean? I can't see shit. Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the... Oh, that's what it is. Shows at the moment the victim was shot. He was facing the table with his back to me. Do you eat beefsteak with ketchup? Is that actually a thing? Apparently people eat meatloaf with ketchup, but I don't know about beefsteak. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. Ah! It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. Can't do that to a steak. People who eat steak with ketchup are chaotic evil. I'm glad I'm learning so much. Yeah. It's you! You're the cringe-ass Nene baby of legend. Everyone's gone. It's gotta be butter, aioli, demi-glaze, or oil. Oh? Are we gonna see a breakdown? Is it time for JoJo Part 4 opening sequence? I'm done by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No. No! No! Me too. Oh, there's little chicks! Bro, this breakdown scene is so fucking funny. Which bird, Yashi? Which bird? Oh my gosh, there's a little gray one. What the fuck? Why is she ascending? Oh my god, the little chicks. What the fuck was that? Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time. She ain't happy about that. Gladly, Your Excellency. Her theme slaps though. Like, it's called Elegance and Excellence. And it's so good. It's so catchy. I would want a theme like this. I want a theme mixed with like this and like Van Zieks if I were a character. It slaps so hard. This game did not have to go that hard with this music. It really didn't. But it did anyway. It was I who took the professor's life using curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for a very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you plan to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison can be found in his water, because karate is unheard of here in Japan. Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water, and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone, and leave immediately, however. Before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor. meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point. Bro, oh, owie. A little bit of flash there. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of karate in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Hello, Sakura, welcome! We just solved the enigmatic case of who killed my professor. Under your skirt? Of course he would be flustered over something like that. The sheer idea of even getting anywhere close like that to a woman probably flusters the hell out of him. It's not like he's ever gonna get that close, though. Because I was right. There were 2 guns. Yes. I love you too, Sakura. Thank you for coming by. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you had presumably placed on the floor. Placed where you were sure I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun, as I had intended. Just as you bent down to pick it up. Damn it, how time flies. I gotta head off and get some rest. Hopefully hop into the stream too. Ah, thank you for hanging out, Kremlin. I really appreciate it, of course. And once again, yes, thank you, Adeline, for gifting him a sub. I think you're the first gift sub of the month, so congratulations, you have that spot too. That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around. Because, of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson where he'd picked up the gun. She looked like she was about to fall over. I thought she was gonna faint. So there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. But I don't think a murder is a misdemeanor, my fair lady. I know, it would be really cool if we could actually see her eyes. I've always been intrigued. I wonder what they would look like. Your Excellency. Yes, I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? What is she gonna do in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everybody. I hope that you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. What the fuck, man? She just left? No court officer to... What the hell? What? Excuse me? It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement? Ran out of budget for the court officers trying. Too much animation. Too much to apprehend her, so we're just gonna let the fucking perp of this entire case just go free. This can't be. Taketsuki Ouchi does not lose. Of course you do. Look at all the other aspects in your life, Ouchi. How could you say such a thing? Not to the likes of this rookie student. If you lost to a student, boy howdy, buddy, do I guess... Oh, to be fair, also... Like, losing to the ancestor of Phoenix Wright? I don't think that's something to be incredibly hung up about. I don't think... Has Phoenix ever lost a case? I don't think so. I don't think he's ever lost a case. Like, I mean, he can't. He can't lose a case. You'd better start getting used to tough opposition. Arrgh! Ryonosuke naruhodo! What? Yes? This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten. It's not like you're ever gonna be able to win anyway. We become conceited with age council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. There's a life lesson to be expressed here. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. Oh my god, he's so ugly. Look at him. But at least we know fucking how Kazuma cuts his hair. 1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ouchi clan will never measure up to Naruhodo clan. Bro, it sounds so badass when you talk about like people's families as being clans. Unless you're talking about white supremacy, then that's not cool. That's probably not good. Oh my gosh, I've been yawning so much this entire... I promise I'm not bored. I'm just more tired than I thought I was. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryonosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. I thank you, Your Excellency. The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern technology. Yeah, because, you know, critical thinking didn't exist before 1900s, apparently. Jeez. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures to justice. A new future of law awaits, but what will it look like? I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asugi. Yes? After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon... What? Excuse me? The mission? Ooh. They purposely animated him to look to the right. Oh dear. I understand, Your Excellency. What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Ah, never mind. As for you, Ryonosuke Naruhodo. Oh, yes. In you, I sense, how can I put it? Unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. It's time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryonosuke Naruhodo, not guilty. Yay! Oh my gosh, it's Sakura instead of like confetti. That's cute. Oh, I like that. Wow, we finished the case, guys. How's it feel? After God knows how many streams. It's been like 5 or 6 of them, right? 22nd November, 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature? Defendant's antechambers 5. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I've made it. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial. How many streams did it last? You know what? I can actually probably see that. Let me check. Let's see. Let's count. Let me count how many times it has taken us to get through this trial. So I started this trial last... no, I did not start it last month, actually. I think... Oh, I did. Just kidding. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7! It's taken me 7 streams. Granted, my streams are never very, very, very long, but 7 of them. Ryanosuke, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations! Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yuma University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. All I can say is, I hope I never go on trial in Japan. Don't being like going through 3 mini quests to prove my innocence. There's a lot of other reasons why you probably don't want to have to go to on court in Japan. If you're a foreigner... Bye, Inspector! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to stream. We literally just finished the case. Now I had to explain why you probably don't want to go on trial in Japan. If you were to go on trial in Japan, if you are a foreigner, you will most likely be found guilty. And you will definitely not be treated very well in the Japanese jails. Oh, I just realized my chat is a little bit off. Why is that so? No matter. I have fixed it. There we are. Oh yeah, the judicial system in Japan is actually quite bad. So here's some history. Here's some fun facts for you guys. So in Japan, so this isn't really remarked here. I mean, it's kind of implied, but in Japan, in the first Ace Attorney games, you're only given 3 days from receiving your evidence to having to figure out, like, you know, having to basically, like, resolve your client's, like, proving their innocence. Because unlike in the United States, it's very much a guilty until proven innocent mindset. And so the games were modeled with the kind of, what's it called? They were modeled with the expectation and idea, or like, of what was happening in the Japanese courts at the time, in that they're like absolutely slammed all the time, and you have to fight tooth and nail against many forces to help your client out, and that's why it can feel really, really hopeless. Luckily, in Ace Attorney, you rarely fail. I think you rarely lose a case. There are some instances where you do kind of technically lose a case and or like something negative happens, but that's not necessarily like that's neither here nor there. It gets a little complicated. I'll hold off on that. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result, you know. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Oh, thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Get a feeling so complicated. I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings, Ash. Are you the Miles to my Edgeworth? Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Speaking of Mikotoba... Ah, you there. I believe congratulations are in order. Naruhodo-san, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you, after all. Your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yuma University, right? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikotoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you met Dr. Wilson. Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides... It's your turn, Asugi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world. In science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will. I'll learn all I can. I swear on this. The spirit of the Asugi clan. Why is his theme not playing? In that moment, his theme should be playing. His theme embodies, like, his whole spirit. I love his theme so much. It's probably one of my favorites in the game, actually. His theme, Van Zeek's theme, and the, what's it called? What are they called? The Pursuit ones? Like, the ones where, like, they're determined, like, when the defense is, like, winning, basically. Those are good. I like those themes. Hang on, I can actually figure out what it is right now. Just kidding. I cannot find. I actually, in fact, cannot find it. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. A Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. I've definitely seen... Whoa! Hello, Fauna! Hi, Raiders! Dolphin Burb, thank you for the follow! Ah, hello, Raiders! I'm Shiara, if you don't know who I am. But Fauna is lovely. It has raided me before. How was arting? How was drawing? How was your draw? I'm just casually talking, as well as, like, we just finished our Ace Attorney case. It's pretty sexy. I hope you had a good stream. I'm actually about to transition into just chatting as well, because we've pretty much finished up this case, and I want to talk, I want to chat. Just do a little bit of chatting for like 15 or 20 minutes or so. Apple Soda, also thank you for the follow. I'm gonna pronounce it like that, because I don't know how to pronounce 1 and 5. Like, F1E5 We had fun making outfits. Good. I hope there were outfits for you. Half 1E5 Oda. That's a very long... It's such a long username. Alright, let's... I've definitely seen how sharp it is. Well, now that we have, like, now that we have guests here, let me actually, save this. Let me save it, and then I'm gonna transition over to just chatting. Save... yes, excellent. Okay, I'm gonna move over to my just chatting screen, and then we'll chat. Okay. Here we are. we pretty much finished the case. We figured it out. It was the pretty British lady all along. Oh gosh, my background music. Okay, I have background music now. Can we change the topic to chatting, pretty please? So yes, for those of you guys who don't know who I am Shiara. I'm virtual girl, VTuber. I like game. I like art. I've been recently on an Ace Attorney kick. I literally just that episode took me quite a while to get through. It took me like 7, and I think this might be my eighth stream that I finally like we got through just one case. They're so long. They are so long because there's so much that you have to like keep in mind. First topic. Why am I married to Ouchie? Because if anybody was like remotely related to Ouchie in such a way, especially marriage, they would always have to have their face covered, would they not? That a maid dress I got on? Yes, today I put my maid dress on because I needed to look good when I went to court. Tony, thank you for the follow. This is actually not my normal attire, but occasionally, especially if I'm playing like Ace Attorney or Genshin Impact, I will indeed put on the maid dress. And today was one of those days. Takes me a little bit of extra time to set up, but you know, it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. Can't really see as much because of my head pats on my head. I have my little lace cat ears as well. I should have had my tail as well. My cool helmet really played against me, right? Because I don't know how you look, therefore I can only assume that you're married to Ouchie. For those of you guys who don't understand the context of that, earlier in the stream, I have a redeem in which I can insult you. And so I insulted our dear Cruz here by implying that he was married to the worst prosecutor in the Ace Attorney series. Because he refuses to show his face, and anybody associated with that prosecutor would indeed also need to... would never be able to show their face in public, just like that. I hate Ouchie. I hate him so much. He's so terrible. He's so gross. He's a definition of a shrimp. Truly. He was insufferable to listen to, in all honesty. He really was. Just the sheer shrimpery that he would... like, and his lines were not even that creative. It's just disgusting. But that is neither here nor there. I am here to instead chat and talk, have a good time. If you guys have anything you want to start talking about, we can. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start rambling about God knows what. I'm gonna probably keep rambling about Ace Attorney, and then maybe I will maybe I'll talk about Genshin, because I'm streaming Genshin tomorrow. I'm also going to be chatting a little bit tomorrow as well. I'm really liking this like schedule that I got going on of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe I will add an extra day. Maybe I'll add Monday, so it's just Monday through Thursday. Or maybe I will add Sunday, so it'll be Sunday and then Tuesday through Thursday. Either way, I would like to increase the amount of time I stream often. I enjoy it a lot. I was just so busy all the time, and now I'm not going to be as busy, I think. Now that I'm a widow. Oh, cool guy, thank you for the love letter. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, today y'all have been so nice to me on stream. I suppose it's so interesting to see also like the crop of people when they resubscribe. It's like when I like to think it's a reminder to me of when I first like got affiliate and how far I've gotten since then. It's just really crazy. Like I've only been at this for only like here for only like 3 months, and I've already gotten a decent amount of success, I think. Glad to hear your schedule has lightened up. Yeah, I hope all of you guys that are in school too, that your schedules lighten up a bit because of the holidays. I have a little bit more still ahead of me. I have I have I have an exam tomorrow. I have a report that's also due tomorrow, and then I have another exam that I have to try and tackle. I have to try and tackle on Friday. Graduating? Wow, you're graduating? That's so cool. Are you gonna go for your master's? Are you going to go right into the job market? That's so ever clap. Like, yes, good job. That's moving up in the empire. Of course, Yashi would be able to comment about that. That's so impressive. I graduated with my bachelor's, like I did that for level of schooling earlier this year, and for some reason that just wasn't enough for me, and I need to keep going back into education because I really like getting my ass handed to me, apparently, I guess. Involving from cruise to engine. Oh, that's so cool. That's good. I love hearing like this. I actually wanted to make a tweet about that, but lately I don't know if like Twitter's I don't know if Twitter's like been suppressing my tweets or something, but it's been a little harder to get interaction. I really want to know like two kinds of tweets I've been really wanting to make is like people telling me good things that happened to them, especially now that the end of the year has come. Because I know, you know, the holidays can also be really tough for some people, so I wanted to hear some good things. And also, I kind of want to meet new VTubers. I feel like I've kind of gotten complacent, and I'm in, like, my little bubbles, like, for lack of better terms. So it'd be interesting to meet more. I know, oh, you're transferring to university? A lot of my friends did that as well. It's a very, very good method. It worked out really, really well for them. And then, ironically, a lot of them are... Ironically? That's not the right word. Coincidentally. Coincidentally, a lot of them are also engineering majors, or they were involved in, like, comp sci and things like that. Yeah, congrats to Yashi making affiliate. Glad to... Yeah, I will finally have... I mean, I guess I kind of have a break. I'll have a break, and it will be used by streaming more, if I can handle it. Good vibes, only positive vibes in this house. I have to jump on that too before I get off the computer. I keep thinking I'm going to do it, and then I fall asleep. I've been falling asleep a lot earlier lately. Yes, are you calling yourself an imperial crab? Oh wait, no, Cruz did that. Cruz, are you calling Yashi an imperial crab? Oh my. Okay. So we've talked about that. I always feel like I'm talking about Genshin, but I feel like I'm gonna talk about Genshin even more. I've been making progress. I've been making progress in Genshin as I have been playing it off my off time. My characters are gonna be fucking jacked, and I'm gonna have so... Oh, I have to tell you guys, so if you've been following my Genshin adventures, you'll know that I was really gunning for an albedo. I really wanted albedo, right? I was crying because I didn't get albedo. I didn't think I showed this on stream either, but I've been grinding and I did some rolls, right? So, I got a 5-star. I got a 5-star Chi-Chi, which is a cryo healer. Not in any way what I wanted at all. I very much am of the camp that, like, if I'm gonna get a 5-star, I would really prefer to get a 5-star, like, that I already have, because that can add to the constellations, which makes that character more powerful. Some people really like to play Genshin because they like or like most gacha games in general, they really like to play that because they like the variety and things. I'm not really that kind of person. Variety is a little overwhelming to me. I get and also, like, I don't have that kind of material, man. I don't have the amount of money and time to build all of them. I like to focus on a select few, and I like to really tailor them to my playing style. got Chi-Chi C2 instead of Albedo. But don't give up hope, because literally, okay, so I got Chi-Chi, right? I got Chi-Chi, and then I had another 10 roll that I got from doing like miscellaneous all sorts of things. And then I decided, you know what, it doesn't matter. My rolls are gonna carry over from this banner to the next. I'm gonna roll again. I rolled again. I rolled again, and within less than 10 rolls, I got Albedo. So now I have a C2 Albedo. Or sorry, C2, sorry, C1, sorry. I have C1, not C2. I would like a C2, but I got a C1 Albedo. So now my lineup for my team as of right now is a C1 Diluc, a C1 Albedo, C6 Sucrose, and then the last one kind of switches around. Sometimes I have Ayaka in there. She's not very built. She's only like level 40 right now. And then sometimes it's Hu Tao, but I don't really like having like Diluc and Hu Tao on my team because I will not use Hu Tao at all. I've built up Diluc so much more. I know both Ayaka and Hu Tao are excellent, excellent characters to have and to build. Unfortunately, I just don't care enough. I'm very stuck in my ways. I'm very, very fond of using Diluc and Albedo and Sucrose all together. I think you mean C15 Sucrose. Honestly, yeah, probably. Yeah, Hu Tao and Diluc use the same supports. Honestly, it's just also a matter of like time and energy, and I don't like the fact that Hu Tao's special makes her lose HP because I don't really use healers. I should use healers. It's ironic that I don't use any healers on my team, considering the fact that I primarily, like, if we are in like a team game, like Overwatch or something, back when I actually did play Overwatch, before I decided to kick the bucket to Blizzard, because I don't like a lot of what Blizzard's been up to. I was a healer primarily, support and healing. So I think it's very funny that I don't have any. I think someone pointed it out to me though. It's because like I probably started playing. I started playing Genshin while, like, I feel like the first 5 stars and characters you get are really determinant of how you play in Genshin. And so for me, I immediately got like a ton of DPS, with the exception of like Barbara. So, and I didn't care to use Barbara. I actually really didn't like how she sounded. So I like cooking. I like cooking a lot in Genshin. I think it's quite fun. It's not as fun as Breath of the Wild cooking, but it certainly is. It is up there. I think Breath of the Wild would be pretty fun to play. I was thinking about maybe starting that again on Thursday, but I actually want to try and play something else on Thursday instead. Maybe we'll finally play Hades. I've been saying we'll play Hades for weeks, but something always seems to happen one way or another, so it's impossible for me to play. It looks so good. It looks so good. Let me see if I can. Let me actually check my schedule. What are we doing on Thursday? Oh, we're gonna either do Hades or Bayonetta, because I've been really I've been really craving to play Bayonetta, and Bayonetta 3 is gonna be coming out in like next year. I'm really excited about that. I love Bayonetta, and I recently rewatched like a bunch of stuff about her lore, and I'm just like, ma'am, please step on me with your gun shoes. I love Bayonetta. She's so hot. It's not fair. I have the first and the second one on the Switch, and I have a very complicated relationship though with the Bayonetta games, because I got Bayonetta for the Switch, because there was a package of like you could get buy 2 and get the first game as well. So when you bought the first game, you got a cartridge, but when you got like the first game was only available by a download code. So naturally, I went to go try and download it. And it turns out when I had, I think someone gifted it to me. Turns out when that had been purchased, the the code had already been used, and the running hypothesis was that like one of those like, you know, people run those like generators or things, so they like constantly try to find codes. It was likely that that is what happened because the game was like completely new, it was not a return or anything. So it took me like almost a week to figure out what to do, and I will never forget how fucking smited I was by Nintendo. Like, I called them about it and I was like, hey guys, so like this shit happened in my game, because I didn't realize I should just call the store. I felt like this was more of a problem I wanted Nintendo to be aware of, and they just like straight up were like, yeah, sucks for you, I guess. I was so upset when that happened. But in the meantime, while I was trying to figure it out, I actually started Bayonetta 2 because I did have a very brief idea of what happened in Bayonetta 1 already. So I was like, oh, that's enough. It's fine. I can just keep going. And so I played about halfway through Bayonetta 2 until I figured out, like, oh, maybe I should just actually call the store that they originally purchased this from, and maybe they'll help me out. And it was so easy. They were just like, oh, you know, just bring it back. You can return it. It's fine. Just tell us what happened. And so I told them, like, hey, this shit ain't working. And I was probably fully prepared to, like, bring my account and my Switch and stuff to show that, like, I did not redeem it. Albeit, you could probably argue that, like, oh, I could have redeemed it on another account. But that's, like, so much thinking. And I was just really sad because I wanted to play my sexy, long-legged, demon summoning witch game. So I returned it. But unfortunately, wait, so I started the first one because I got a new one and the code worked. And then I got about halfway through the first game, and then I think I got something else, and then I just stopped. I ended up playing something else at the time. I'm not sure what it was that I ended up playing at the time. I get very easily distracted when I play games. I'm very much one of the, like, oh, if it strikes my fancy, I'll play it for a while, and then I'll move on to another game. I like to keep it, I bounce all over the place. Oh, I think I got back into Minecraft for a while. That's what it is. I was playing Minecraft on the Switch. Playing Minecraft, and then I played Undertale for the, like, 8th time, because I love Undertale. Excuse me. Undertale is quite fun. I like Undertale. Maybe I'll play Undertale again. Maybe I won't play Bayonetta or Hades. Maybe we'll just start Undertale again. But I could play that game so many times. I enjoy it a lot. That being said, though, I have no idea about, like, Undertale, like, fandom and things. That shit's whack. I don't think I'll ever be able to cope with, like, that fandom. I don't like to tell people. Like, I never have said that I'm part of the Undertale fandom. I'm just a fan of the game itself. I feel like I'm quite secular in that way. Alright, I can feel my throat getting a little scratchier. I did say I was a little tired. I'm gonna probably call it here for today. Slightly smaller stream. Smaller. Usually I would go for maybe 30 to 45 minutes more, but I'm tired. Let me see. And I'll be back tomorrow anyway, so I'll be back pretty soon. Don't worry, guys. Well, we're gonna play Genshin tomorrow, and I get to show you guys my team. I'm also gonna chat a bunch tomorrow as well. I do like ending and or beginning with chatting. I like talking with you guys, and then we'll just play. I don't know if I'm gonna... Oh yeah, tomorrow will be a nice day as well because I'll probably be done with my exams and my final reports. So I'll be technically free of microbiology. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's see. Anybody to raid, really? Looks like a lot of people that I wanted to raid are unfortunately gone now. Looks like they just stopped streaming. Holy shit. A lot of people stopped at the time. I did have a person in mind that I wanted to stream that I wanted to raid, but unfortunately, it seems like they have stopped for the night. So I'm just gonna leave you guys for I'll do my gratitudes. Thank you guys so much for just like everything. Holy shit. There was so many like resubscriptions today, and wow, y'all are so nice. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully I can catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for attending. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.